Hey yo, Nomadic here. In today's video, we want to. I just wanted to imitate Growler. Hey yo, Growler here. We are IAE 2955. Today, the November 21st, is the official second day of the IAE 2955, and we want to have a look on the schedule. And here we can see November 20th and 21st, which is still today, Robot Space Industries. 2 days. Yeah, but today also started Origin Jump Works. And up until now, no new ship had been announced, and we want to have a check on, is that actually true, and what does that mean if you want to spend IRL money into this project for a virtual spaceship from the ship manufacturer Origin Jump Works. We want to excuse for yesterday's quality in our stream. That was pretty weak. And so we did our learnings, so we only have the mic, no music, no nothing, no fanciness, only that one. And here we have a war bond daily deal. This is not good, because we always looked out for the 600i Explorer as our dream ship. Yeah, what does that mean, dream ship? In a roleplay mindset, we are a salvager, and we wanted to grind our asses off as a salvager, and our goal or dream is to make enough money to be able to buy the 600i Explorer, because for us, yeah, subjectively, this is the most beautiful ship there is in the verse. And so we always dreamed about it, and we also made some videos about, could this ship be the headquarter of No Man's Scrap? And we had to say, kinda, because it offers everything what needs to be there. Yeah, if Star Citizen as a video game would allow group bad logging in a ship that is not yours, that would mean our crew members could bad log in this ship and could wake up in this ship. It doesn't even matter if we as an owner are online or not. But that's not the case, and probably never will be. And so that is the main reason why this is not the headquarter, but it offers everything, enough space for everybody. And eventually there's supposed to be a med bay. People talked about since years, but since years there had been none. And Robot Space Industries, yeah, the marketing company behind Star Citizen, and CIG, yeah, the development house of Star Citizen, said this ship is flyable. And therefore there is no need, no priority to implement that promised medbed into the ship. But the medbed itself is not the reason, or the lack thereof, not to pledge for this ship, because it's still the most beautiful ship there is. So let's have a check on. Yeah, it is a war bond daily deal, and war bond means you will spend IRL money and only IRL money into this particular ship, and we will have a look at. We clicked here on upgrade now, but we do not now, we just have a look into it. So what else is there from the origin? Yeah, the 100i. We would guess, yeah, we had been here since 1.5 years, so we are fairly new to this project, and we would say that this ship is some sort of old. We had seen videos for a long time ago where this ship had been in the game. And then we have the 125A, built for a life of danger and excitement, okay? The 135C, cooler cargo courier. So this is supposed to be a little bit more cargo capable. And this is the other origin ship that we would say is the best ship you can and should upgrade your starter ship to. If your starter ship is a Drake cutter or a CO Mustang, then this would be the money worth. And we will have a look into that as well, just because we said so. And of course, this is Robert Space Industries. We cannot click on that particular ship, so we will do it that way. We open up a new browser, scroll down, go to the 300i, view offers, and go back. The other ship would be the 315p. Take performance further in style. P for performance, or is it the Pathfinder? Based on, Pathfinder. Exploration Pathfinder. So we have pledged for this one. It was some sort of an upgrade because it suits the roleplay gameplay style of Salvager. It has a tractor beam at the nose. And yeah, the other ship would be the 325A, dogfighting origin style. Alright, so this would be also a good ship to start your bounty hunting career, if you will. But if you already pledged for the CO Mustang, that is already a fighter ship, so you do not need to upgrade to this one, but you can. Then we have the racer variant, the 350, and the 400i, which is a beautiful yacht, exploration touring. We haven't noticed any gameplay that would fit into that, but maybe it is just a dream ship, yeah? Luxury, traveling around from A to B, but that for 250 IRL, and this is only the ship value. It's not the money you will spend on if you want to pledge for this ship. And then, of course, the 600i Explorer. This is the price we would pay for IRL if we would go for the war bond. Yeah, and the problem here is with the war bond, if we would go for this, or if we do not want to go for the war bond, then we would need to spend even more money, but mixed with store credit. We will have a look into that. And then there is the other variant, the 600i Touring. And when you see the prices, yeah, there is a big gap in between 40 IRL. And based on the price, we would assume that the Explorer can do something more what this ship cannot. And that's why we are looking into the Explorer and not the Touring. Because the Touring is the same thing like the 400i. It's much more like a luxury yacht where you want to spend time in, but it doesn't give you gameplay or any financial progress for that matter if you want to money grind, right? And then there is the 85X. This would be one particular ship that we would recommend to buy in-game. Yeah, do not spend IRL money on that one, but you can buy that ship in-game for less than 600,000 Alpha UEC, and that is not much. Nowadays we have inflation inside Star Citizen, so you can even if they will take away this ship, you just rebuy. Yeah, you don't really care about that ship. It's just a shuttle. The other one thing would be the iconic interstellar super yacht. And that is available to pledge. Yeah, usually during the year it's not available to pledge for, but now Origin Day it is. And so you would spend up to 950. So we want to have a look into that as well. And then this one. This is interesting, yeah. This is interesting. In concept, we want to have a look into that particular. Because if we pledge money for the 600i, we would say we do not go for the RSI, URSA links. No, we would go for this one because this one actually fits to the style of the 600i. And of course you could do the battle stuff, yeah, you need to fight all the time because survival. And then there's the racer variant as well for less money actually. And then the M50, yeah, you see the price here. They assume this ship has more value, that's why 400. And if you want to do dog fighting, yeah, and you started out with this your Mustang, this would be the next ship in the same size class. You can upgrade too. We are no dog fighters. We cannot do any recommendation, but this would be an option at least for us, because this ship is basically 50% rocket engine and 50% cockpit. Okay, and then the X1, yeah, hover bike, who cares? And then we are at the beginning. Special offers. Origin day, we can pledge 8 IRL for a hat and a t-shirt. Not 2, 1 hat, 1 t-shirt. And everybody would know that you participated, or at least pledged for, the IAE 2955 gear pack. And we can tell you, out of experience, even if you want to melt this one, because you do not need it, it might happen that you do not get any store credit out of it. But you can buy this stuff in-game with Alpha UEC. So go there, buy it for Alpha UEC. And of course, what is the difference between buying it in-game and pledge for it? If you pledge for it, these objects are bound to your legal account that you created on the RSI online services. So if there will be a full wipe, let's say Star Citizen Early Access Alpha 5.0, these items will remain because you pledged IRL money for it and it is bound to your account. If you would buy this stuff in-game, you will lose it at the full wipe. And the full wipe that can happen, Star Citizen Early Access Alpha 5.0 or Star Citizen 1.0 when it goes live. So, and here we have $30. $30 for the celebration gear pack. All ship manufacturers aligned, yeah. And you only get hats and t-shirts. Hats and t-shirts. No pants. Because we pledged IRL money for this one because we wanted to have the pants. And we don't get the pants, we didn't get the pants, and once we exchanged, means melted, we didn't even get money out of it. Yeah, our experience. Here you can pledge for paints, of course, or a size. Some of them had been available on grey markets. Some of them are some sort of unlocked because you spent already too much money, yeah, because you're a space whale. For, let's say, German's club shop. So now we have a problem here, yeah. Let's have a look into these ships. The the RSI is still active, yeah. You need to, you probably have another 24 hours time. So we go to the ship. Yeah, the 600i. We wanted to have a look at the 600i. 600i. And of course, only the Explorer. Yeah, you can figure it out, the difference between those, but we only are interested in the Explorer. The Explorer, this multi-role luxury vessel from Origin Jump Works, features an exquisitely Yeah. Detailed hull design that balances performance and versatility in a sleek and timeless form. The 600i is designed with a cutting-edge modular technology, whatever that means, allowing you to customize your ship for your needs. Looking to strap. Oh, this is interesting. What does that mean, customizing? And here we see 475. We do not have the budget for it. We haven't. Oh, look at that. What do they else say? 475 is the value they say. Enjoy luxury and comfort on long-range deep space exploration missions. You do not do mission with a luxury yacht, but yeah, it's supposed to be a game. Unfettered views, along with an included G12 ground vehicle, allow you to see and explore every corner of the galaxy. Light but durable hull plating and an impressive weapons package keep your crew, passengers, and up to 40 SU cargo safe. So this is the promise, yeah. This is the selling pitch, if you want. And it's not a fast ship, but that is the thing. This is something that we haven't known. The G12 is included, but the G12 is in concept. We will have a separate look at it. So let's see what offers there are. Standalone ship, because of IAE, 10 years interest, but we would spend 513. And here we see no war bond. This is the money that we would spend with no war bond. And the war bond is only an upgrade, yeah? There is only an upgrade. Upgrade your current ship to this new chassis. This ship retains the insurance level containing in your original pledge. This very sentence is very contrary to what they say on the fuck page. And this is something that we need to keep an eye on, that Star Citizen do not turn into a scam, because we claim it is already a scam, but just keep that in mind. This very sentence on this very page is contrary to what they say on the insurance fuck page. So we can say, okay, we should already have this page, this paint. And because we wanted to have the ship, the question was, do we buy the ship in-game or do we pledge IRL for it? And when we have a look at, we already have, let's see here in the cart, we are thinking about pledging for the salvation, because the salvation gives us LTI. If we would upgrade the salvation with the 600i war bond upgrade now, let's say upgrade now, and here we say salvation, yeah, all ship salvation, and website is really bad performance. Upgrading, we have two options. Option number one, the war bond 416. We would spend 416 IRL. Yeah, there is no anything else. 416 IRL. If we would spend 60 more for the salvation plus this one, then we would be at 476, yeah, ship value. We would save a little bit money. Let's see the other option. We do not do the war bond. It would be 485, no, 448 is the money we would spend. And with that, we can reduce that number with store credit. Do we have store credit? Let's have a check on. Yes, we have 100. We have 100 in store credit. So let's assume we would pledge for the salvation 60 plus 448. that is 500 minus 100, 400. And at the end, we would save if we wouldn't have spent 50 bucks. This is the deal if we would go for the salvation for the LTI and upgrade that one with store credit to the 600i. And with that, we assume that the G12 comes with it. Because the G12 is part of that one. And they even say 600i name reservation on both. We can name it. We can even name it. Okay. I mean, we do not need to name ships unless we have two of them. Then we can distinguish them from, let's say, we have a paint on it, right? So this would be the thing. If we would go through the salvation to the jump works salvation, then it would be look like that. But now we have another thing. What else we would pledge for? We have the Banu. Here we can see. We have pledged the Banu. Did we? Yeah, we cannot upgrade the Banu because there's nothing to upgrade to. But we have the Banu. But the Banu has no LTI. So we would go for one of the wolves that has LTI and upgrade the wolf to the Banu. But we don't do that. We upgrade the Raylan to the Banu. And then we would have the Meteor. We could melt the Meteor because we don't need it. We don't really need it. I mean, we have another shuttle. So we could melt that. That gives us 240 IRL store credit. That would reduce the 400 even more we would spend on this one. Then what else do we have? So we still have Raylan to Banu, but we already pledged for the Banu, so we can melt the Banu in order to make store credit to upgrade the Raylan to the Banu. But the Raylan has LTI, and upgrading the Raylan to the Banu gives us LTI. The Meteor has LTI. We could upgrade from the Meteor to the standard edition, yeah, not Warbond. We do not want to spend a lot of money anymore. We spent too much already. And reducing 99 from that one, that would be 130. We would get the 600i Explorer for 133. But we spent already. But it also means we do not have the Meteor anymore to melt in order to get store credit. This would be a thing, yeah. Do we want to spend additional money of 230 to get the 600i? What else can we upgrade from? Only the Wolf. We only have the Wolf to upgrade to have an LTI on that one. Alright, so this is the thing, 600i. Let's continue. The 300i, yeah, this is not for us, this is for you. This is probably one of the most beautiful small ship. Fast, silent, slick, and just beautiful. Just beautiful. It is weak in shields. You do not go into combat with that. You can fly for free today, of course. Check it out at Orison. But you can customize this ship. And we go through that. We do customize this ship just to give you an idea of what that means. We could say we love the white one, but we don't. We want to have it black. Then you can do the cockpit. We say black and red like the devil. All right, it looks ugly. Yeah, we do not like that red one here. We can go for this one. This looks cool, but because it's black on the outside, we want to have it black at the inside as well, and we still have some white linings inside. All right, we continue. The yoke, yeah, yoke over here. Then we can go the seat razor seat, and here maybe at the finishing material, wood. The seat, it just looks like woodish, but it's not. And so we would say either it's black because it's black on the outside, or we say white because it's black on the outside. Doesn't really matter. The finishing would be this one. Yeah, we can say black and red. Cool. And when we go here further, here, yeah, this is what changed. This one changes as well. So this would be a tricolor, no idea. The bed, for your liking, yes, doesn't really matter, just choose. And of course, you can see here, it costs a little bit. It costs, every little things costs a little bit. And at the end, we can say, okay, go for the most expensive in the expectation that this would be the most powerful whatever. So this one would be 25, yeah. Just go for the 25, doesn't really matter what's the content. And then we can have a coffee machine, yeah, that actually works. You can make a coffee. The food maker, you can actually make food, put a turtle inside. They say, we haven't tried because we don't have a speaker, they say you can mount an MP3 folder, and then you are able to listen to music through this speaker inside the game that is inside that folder. You also can make some pictures, but these pictures is random, you have no control over it. This would be nice in the same way like they say you can listen to audio, mount a picture folder, and you will see the pictures. Yeah, that would be awesome. If that would be a thing, we do not know, we do not care. And the clock, yeah, it is UTC time, so be aware. And at the end, you will spend 109 money for this ship with the customization instead of 65. So you can say that is 40 bucks, 40 bucks in addition for a very beautiful ship. And we say upgrade your starter ship to this one in a customized version. If you do not want to spend a lot of money, but you want to get rid of your starter ship and want to maintain a small ship fleet, upgrade your starter ship to either the 300 or just any 300 series. This is what we would redo if we would start all over again. So then we say add to the chart, check out 10 years. Yeah, you will get 10 years insurance on that ship, on that customization as well. That is part of it. Okay, then next ship, the 325A. It's listed as an interdiction. Yeah, it's a light fighter, super fast, super slick, super silent, beautiful to fly, beautiful to look at, but weak in shields. And here you have the same options. You can customize the ship. And what is the difference between the components compared to the 300i? And there is some small, yeah, if you read the specs, you see differences. We don't care about that particular one. And the starter paint is different. But if you start customizing, it will be the same customization like the 300. The only one difference in customization you will find is here in the packages of components. That changes depending on the 300i, the 325a, the 315p. But at the end, you will end up at 110 or something if you customize to the max. And if you like that, yeah, go ahead. We did. Do we recommend? We wouldn't really say we recommend, but we did. Then what else? Probably that is what is this one? So this is a concept. Yeah, this is really interesting. It is a concept since ever. And it looks beautiful. There is only, we haven't found any other pictures. It looks beautiful, yeah. You get in here, you sit in here, and then you cruise. It looks like a two-seater, would make sense, because the 600i is a big ship, so you will have more than just one people. It has some small cargo box capacity, yeah. And of course it has a gun, because it's a Star Citizen. You expect always pirates, griefers, and yeah, need to fight. But other than that, it just looks fucking awesome. This is what we call science fiction futuristic stuff. Yeah, it looks great. Upgrade your current ship to this new this ship retains the insurance. Yeah, here as well. This is a lie. It's not really clear what they actually say with this, because this very sentence assumed us that we need to have LTI at the beginning, and then we upgrade from that LTI because it retains the insurance level on your original pledge. But the insurance fuck page says otherwise. The latest and the longest insurance matters until you melt. Yeah. We would have pledged for this single handle just because we want to see once it's out. But yeah, it's been said it is part of, yeah, 2 SCUs. It is part of the 600i pledge. And all the people who pledge for the 600i will get this ship, this vehicle as well, as soon as it's out. So let's have a check on the loaner matrix when it comes to the 300 series. Is none. 315 is none. 325, yeah, the 325A is a loaner. And interestingly, it's a loaner of the Explorer. So what do we expect here? When we pledge for the Explorer, we assume not get the loaners because the 600i is here. And usually the loaner is, like the name it says, as long as a vehicle is in concept, you will get the loaner. And the G12 gives the links. So that would mean when we pledge for the 600i that also contains the G12, we will get either the 600i and or the Cyclone and the 325A plus the links. And yeah, this is the thing. Should we upgrade existing LTIs, or do we pledge for the salvation to get an LTI and upgrade from here? This is a question we have to ask ourselves and also need to answer ourselves. And yet, of course, it is the second RSI day. So if you go here and select RSI, you will still have time to pledge spend IRL for one of these ships.